can't color inside the lines even if my life depended on it. That didn't even come out right. Hello, I'm Jody. My ability to not take myself serious is part of why I think I do so well with not letting or not allowing things to get me down most of the times. The other times it's just like, I can't believe that happened. But most of the time it's just like, whatever. And it took a while, but I have been able to build a nonchalant attitude when it comes to dealing with certain situations in life, because if I stay and cry over everything that makes me sad and everything that didn't work out, I'll be crying for a very, very long time. So it's just after a while, I'm just like, it happened for a reason, and I'm not gonna sit here and cry over spilled milk, as they say. I'm willing to try anything, because if I don't try it, I won't know if I don't like it. And if I ended up trying it and loving it, then guess what? I'm gonna keep doing it. And the more I keep doing it, like anything else in life, consistency, I will get better at it. So when I see a lot of people who are like, oh, I'm not willing to try a piece of cake, I'm not willing to try getting my hands dirty, or just really simple things, I'm like, but if you don't try it and if you don't realize that you don't like it, how are you gonna find what you do like? Because you might be gunning for something that you think that you love, only to find out when you get there, you start doing it, that you really, really don't like it. So save yourself all of that stress, and start the trial and error now. Because it's like, what are you scared of? Really? What are you scared of to try something that you want to try right now? And I understand that when it comes to building the life that you see in your dreams, right? There's certain things and certain skills that you may need to become that person that you envision yourself to be. And if you are not open to trying things, then learning something new so that person can benefit and you become that person, how are you going to do that if you're just like, I'm not going to try that? I wouldn't be interested in that. Why? And it's just like, you're kind of holding yourself back, Well, why are you doing that to yourself? Why? I thought you wanted the best for yourself. I thought you loved yourself. And if you don't love yourself, start doing things that make you happy. And that way, you'll actually start growing that love for yourself, because then you'll realize that, hey, I'm who I have right now. I'm never gonna let me down. And even though sometimes I do some stupid things where I'm just like, that was stupid. That was really stupid. At the end of the day, I know I got my back. So that's how I feel like I had to start looking at life, to where I feel like life is just fun and you should enjoy every single part of it. The good, the bad, and the ugly, because all of it is subjective, really. If you don't label something as good, if you don't label something as bad or as evil, then it's not. But because you are seeing it as that, then it becomes that. Without the label, it's just an experience. It's an experience that didn't meld with you, but it's just an experience. So are there any really bad experiences? Because from what I've noticed with everything in life, whenever I'm faced with like roadblocks and just like, obstacles and all of that, it's like those are there to be like, hey, I know you kind of wanted to try this, but it's not really your thing. And maybe you don't want to go here because you won't enjoy yourself. So even if I like push and push and push, once I start doing that thing and I'm just like, that's what you were trying to avoid. Okay, I get it. I really do not like this. Prime example, I took a social media class in college. And before that, I was like, oh, I love social media. And you know, it's just like, it's the community and it's the getting ready with whatever social media was for me then. I liked it before this class. Once I took the class and the professor basically broke it down into all the different levels of it, I sat there one day and I was like, I don't like this. This is a full-time friggin' job. I don't want to do this. I have other interests that I love doing that I would rather spend my time on instead of sitting here trying to figure out social media. Like, there's a whole back end that people really don't pay attention to. And I was like, I don't want it. I don't like it. And prior to this class, I was like, oh yeah, I would do social media and everything. And after that, I'm just like, no, I don't want it. And shortly after, I deleted my Instagram, my Facebook, and kind of only kept YouTube. I'm not willing to give all of that energy out for that. And why should I? To me, it's a waste of time, unless you're using it for a business. And I wasn't at the time, so I was just like, whatever, it can go. That's a prime example of me trying something, learning more about something, and realizing that I don't really like it. I don't want to do this. If I didn't know exactly who I am, then I wouldn't know that I don't like doing certain things. And that's something that I see a lot of people, they don't know who they are, and who they're projecting to the world is completely different from who they are. And if I know them personally, I can see that, hey, who you're pretending to be, that's not really you. I kind of know what you like, and I know what you're into and everything. And that's kind of not the things that you're doing. So I would like to, you know, sometimes I like to push my nose into people's business and be like, why don't you try this? Maybe you will like this. You know, as a suggestion to make them try something that they would probably love. But people are stubborn, and I get it. I'm stubborn too, but I'm a little better, just a little better. But coming back to what I was saying, a lot of people do a lot of things that they feel like they should do instead of doing the things that they want to do. So if someone's interested in baking and they're like, oh, you know, well, I'm going to do and become a lawyer. And it's just like, but you love baking. Why would you become a lawyer? Oh, you know, the money is great and everything, but you do not like anything that has to do with law. Why would you do that to yourself? What are your reasons for doing that to yourself? Oh, you know, I'll get a better life. I mean, how far can I really go with cooking? And it's like they downplay themselves, like, oh, I can't be interested in that. That's not of a high caliber. And it's like, but you're the one setting that pedestal. If you feel like being a cook is the greatest thing that humans have ever stumbled upon, then guess what? Being a cook will be that for you. But if you keep downplaying the thing that you actually do love, then you're gonna always feel like you're missing out and you're not really want to do what you want to do. I highly encourage you to start journaling. I really do, because that is one way that I feel like I have learned my quirks, my thoughts, my desires, and what I do enjoy doing. And every time I'm writing in my journal and I'm writing about something that I love, I feel it. It's like sometimes I get like goosebumps over my skin because I'm so excited in a moment to write it down and be like, oh my gosh, this actually happened today, and I'm looking forward to doing more of that, and I wonder how far I can get with doing this. And that opens up a different thought process where it's like, hey, I'm not living in the past and thinking of, all the things that I should have done. I'm now looking towards the future to where I'm just like, I'm excited about this one thing, and I'm going to try and do this one thing as much as I possibly can and learn from it as much as I can. Not understanding or not even recognizing that in that moment, me simply going forward and chasing this dream is making me a lot better. Because once you pick something that you enjoy doing and you're going after that thing, there's no way that you're not going to get better if you keep at it. That's another thing. Consistency. Whenever everything, everyone, all the obstacles, everything is telling you, no, and you believe in your heart that this is what you want to do, and you enjoy doing this thing so much that you're just like Happy Miss Daisy or whatever the hell it is. I don't know, that just came out. You know, if you are just really happy doing this one thing, and it doesn't matter how many times you get turned down doing this, doesn't matter if you're even successful at this, keep doing it. Not every single thing you do needs to be an actual career, right? But if you do want to turn it into a career and you're like, okay, I'm okay with not making any money with this for a while, I do enjoy the process. I enjoy the nitty-gritty of it. I enjoy every single thing of it. Then keep going. No one is going to stop you but you. And that's one thing that I have learned. Whatever it is that I'm interested in, as long as it makes me happy and as long as it keeps me excited and I get really ecstatic every time I think about it and think about doing it, then yeah, that is something that I will continually do and never talk myself out of, because the way I feel doing it outweighs everything else. That's what I feel like chasing my dreams and making them a reality is for me, because that's the mantra that I've been telling myself all these years, where if I'm going towards anything, any goal, it's in line with the person who I see myself becoming. So why wouldn't I do it? I'm gonna chase this dream until I make it a reality.